Today's subject is burial or cremation. When I faced this kind of subject was a long time ago when I watched TV. There was Jimmy Swaggart and evangelist, and he sang a hymn, a very beautiful and handsome man. Then when he asked a donation, he asked, when you send the money, then he is going to provide us the booklet whether Christians should do a burial or cremation. Then when I listened, the Bible must, discuss about the cremation or burial. So when I read, Bible, I try to look at it carefully, which is, good for Christian. Then when I look at it, Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and even Sarah, everybody buried. Then when I read in Amos chapter 2 verse 1, it said, "This is what the Lord said: for 3 sins of Moab, even for 4, I will not relent, because he burned to ashes the bones of Adam's king." Now it is clear that it's a cremation, but it's not creation purpose, but to kill, and but the procedure was burn the bones to ashes by cremation. So there was a sentence I found. Then personal experience that when I was 1970, I was a second lieutenant. Then I went to get the army. Then I got all the training. Then when I dispatched to certain campus, it's far, so in the middle we have to go to some other campus. Then we have to sleep there. Then when I sleep there, that one of the senior officer came and then told me a very interesting story. And his job, one of the duty is supervise cremation places. Then when he went over there and observed cremation, he was almost shocked to death. Then I'm listening to him. Then according to him that they took out the rail out from fire, burning fire, then put the dead body in there, and the head faced to me. Then after put the dead body, they put it in, then close the door, but the window itself, we may be able to see inside. Then they turn the fire, then when the fire, and burned all the body, and then suddenly if this is the head and this is coast and this head suddenly up, then he was almost shocked to death. So and asked the man what's going on, and then he didn't answer. He just opened the door and then like this, then put that in here, make it push to him, then the course go back again. Then. So when I listened that, oh my God, what's going on? Then the guy next to me that said, oh, that's a resurrection. So I asked him, what's a resurrection? I did not know the word of the resurrection at the time. Now the guy, the guy also, the officer, explained what happened was, I don't know whether you have burned a squid, a dry squid. When you put a squid on the top of the fire, then it's all crumble like this. The abdominal area is just a crumble like this. That's why making head up. So that's why I put the hood and put it down. Now, then what about Bible said in addition, the judgment began from the church. What that means, everybody, resurrected, but, the judgment starts, in the church. So, in the church area, they, the famous, person or king, they, displayed all kinds of, dead, body into the box. So these people, resurrected, then they got the judgment whether you are going to hell or heaven. That's what they believe. In other words, you go to all kinds of church in the Europe, then you are going to find so many boxes in there. That's the dead body. Then if you go to basement, then there are a bunch of them in there. And if there is no space, they go out in our church garden. They bury the person in there. In other words, the church do not cremation. Everybody did, burial, because cremation is not allowed based upon the Bible. Now, currently all the large city, most of cases they prefer cremation because there is not much land left over for burial. This is, we understand this kind of thing. But what Bible says is cremation is forbidden. God rests upon that. Because, Amos, chapter 2, verse 1, it says so. So, if I said, okay, if you have, good faith, and you also believe God has almighty power and could do everything, then you just do burial, not cremation. Man, then what's going to happen is Almighty God created earth bigger or city bigger and provide you the area for burial. Does it make sense to you? Now, what I said to you is, okay, even though Bible mentioned cremation is forbidden, if we use Bible as just a reference for the good book, then, discussion like this, acceptable. But if you believe God is the only truth, you cannot accept anything else, then you have a dilemma. What's your opinion? Thank you so much for your watching.